we speculate about what the legal market is going to look like, but there are multiple legal markets in the U.S. So from Oregon, what do we see about the potential for this market?
Well, the potential of the Oregon market is tremendous. Currently, the data shows that this is a market of $1.0 to $1.1 billion. About 725 million of that is supported either through the adult use or medical markets, and so the opportunity is ripe for the picking.
But Beau, what you've also noted is there's plenty of competition. Applications flooding the market to such an extent that the regulators aren't accepting any new ones. When it's so competitive, how are certain companies standing out? Are they not? Is it just you buy it from anyone?
Well, no, that's the key. So the key is differentiation at this point. It's hyper competitive in the Oregon market due to saturation of both retailers and cultivators. And so the ones that really have the best operations and the best results are the ones that are being looked at from an investment perspective.
Who?
Oh, who? Well, actually, there are some investors from the Canadian market that are already investing in this space. C21 is one that's making some headways into the Oregon market. Golden Leaf Holdings is another. But right now, it's been difficult for those folks to identify the key players and the ones that are standing out.
But when you're looking at some of the businesses that are applying to expand out in your state specifically, are these mostly smaller players? Are you starting to see larger companies trying to take a stake in this market?
Well, what's occurring right now is that given the fact that the prices are declining due to saturation of supply, there's stress in the market. So people are looking to consolidate. A lot of them are getting out of the market, and then others are teaming up with other businesses to form coalitions, and then those are being invested in by outside investors.
Well, let's talk a little bit more about the margin situation. When it's fully legalized everywhere, and I say when, but it may never happen in the U.S., but supposing it were to, would we be looking at margins for equivalent to tobacco, alcohol? Like, where are they going to settle?
Well, right now it depends upon the amount of supply that's in the market, because it'll drive down prices and drive down margins. As such, it's really tough to say, looking at the data, where the margins will settle, but we know that they'll be lower than they are today.
But what has been the biggest surprise for you monitoring the Oregon market as it's developed?
Well, there's been a couple of surprises. One is how rapidly the market's consolidated. I don't think a year ago that there would be this level of consolidation going on. Steep drops in prices as well. 50% reduction in the retail for indoor cultivated supply, as well as outdoor cultivated supply. So the commoditization of prices has also been very striking and surprising.
So, Beau, what are you seeing in terms of tax revenue for the state so far?
Yeah, that's actually a highlight for the state. There's been over $199 million in state tax revenue, either at the retail level that's taxed by the state, or local local retail taxes. But $199 million over the course of the last two and a half years.